Hi guys! One of my amazing friends reminded me the other day of a piece of wisdom that apparently I shared with her in the past, and that makes a lot of sense because I remember saying it, I just don't remember specifically saying it to her, and it's because it's something that I believe quite deeply, which is what I say is don't make decisions from a dark place, and it pretty much is how I run my life. So I will try not to make any decisions, not necessarily just significant life changes like, oh, I want to change my job, or oh, I've got to move house, or I don't just mean the giant, huge, dramatic things that are going to have a massive impact on you. I mean sometimes even small things. I just won't bother making a decision whilst I feel like I'm in a dark place. And apparently what I told her to do is just weather the storm until she felt like she was more herself again, so she could trust her decisions. And she happened to tell me this piece of wisdom at exactly the moment that I personally needed it. So it was amazing. Because when she said it, I was like, huh, I say that. And then I was like, oh my God, I really needed that right this second. And it's funny really sometimes how exactly what you need to hear, even if it's something that you believe deeply, just is slightly outside of your like mental field of vision. And I think that's got an awful lot to do with the mindset that you're in, which is probably where this whole idea came from. So when you are in a dark place, don't make decisions, especially not ones that you might come to regret later, obviously. And the reason that this is so important to me is because I think it's really important to trust in your decisions. And if you currently can't trust in your gut because you're not really sure how you feel in general, then you have to be able to trust that your mindset is in the right place to support you now and in the future. So if you are in a challenging place right now, and you feel like you're just a bit in a dark place and you don't feel quite like yourself and things just aren't quite right, rather than rushing to make massive change, like, oh, well, I'll just start doing this exercise, and I'll just start this class, and I'll just start this hobby, and I'll just start this and this and this, trying to change loads of different things. My advice, if you would like to choose to take it, is to spend some time with yourself, just sitting very quietly and letting yourself and your mindset just settle, figuring out what it is that makes you feel good first, and then doing that until you feel good, and then make decisions. So for me, what I did to get myself out of this little funk was I started reading a spiritual text every morning, just for like 5 minutes, not for long, and then meditating for a minute or two on it, and having a sort of daily reflections, not refractions, reflections, later on in the evening before I went to bed, and doing a little bit of journaling, just to notice how I was feeling and what was coming up, and how I was reacting to that. Because I think that having that self-reflective moments, or those self-reflective moments, sorry, can be really telling. And of course, then once you've acknowledged it, you can change it. So find out what it is that makes you feel good. But for me, that's just what makes me feel good right now. If I did this again in another month, I'd probably choose something different. Like maybe I'd listen to a positive playlist in the morning whilst I was getting ready. So yeah, figure out what it is for you, and hopefully that helps you for when you're going through a particularly tough time. If you liked this video, please remember to like below, and if you're brand new here, please feel welcome to subscribe and become part of the family. So, take care. Bye!